I'm here with my man Turkish. We've just seen Arsenal win at Leicester 2-0. A big win. The performance probably wasn't the best, but good to get the win in the end, yeah?
Yeah, I think all that matters now to the end of the season is getting the wins, because I'm not too sure we're going to be able to pluck out 90-minute performances with the squad we have left. Made it work today. Made it work. Big up Nwaneri, first and foremost. He got man of the match. I probably would have given it to Merino because he won it off the bench, but part of him winning it was that ball into the box from Nwaneri. And that wasn't the only thing from Nwaneri. First half, he was the bright spark in the front three, bright spark in the front five if you include Odegaard and Rice in that. But Rice also put himself about throughout. You know, no legs at the end to get that final pass or control it and take the shot and get the third goal. But Nwaneri, I mean, you know, much was said about the kid going into this season. Thrown in at the deep end at times because of the situation we're in. But he just keeps on stepping up. And, you know, in terms of this season where I think it's not going to end with that major that we all crave, a shining light is Nwaneri, a shining light is Lewis Skelly, two teenagers played today. And off the back of a 2-0 win, that's what I'll focus on more than the bigger picture, the context, because all we had to do today was win. And 80 minutes in, it wasn't looking like, you know, Nwaneri was going to get that support around him to get us to win. But Merino comes on and, like I said, in my opinion, man of the match, because he's the one that essentially made the difference. Great header, you know, good run to keep himself onside. A problem we was having for the first, 50, 60 minutes. Trossard, Sterling, offside. Merino comes on and both his goals, you can see him stay in line. You know, that's football 101 when you're an attacker, and he's not an attacker. You know, so I'm looking at Trossard and Sterling, you know, hold them lines. But look, Trossard's key pass for that second goal. Yeah, as much as Nwaneri's ball for the first, you know, made the goal what it was, Trossard's ball for the second made the goal what it was. But Odegaard and Calafiori deserve credit as well for the build-up. So overall, 80 minutes, it was looking like one of those days. It was looking like our deficiencies are going to be exposed, but you know, our last roll of the dice and Merino comes on, and again, much was said about him coming into the game, similar profile and stature and height to Havertz. Maybe he can do a job. For me, he starts against West Ham up top.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to say, coming into this game, there was a lot of talk about the front line, and got to be honest, Sterling, we called it throughout, had a pretty disastrous game, it has to be said. And what do you think the future is for him now?
Is that how you're going to frame it? What do I think the future is? But I didn't want the past or the present, let alone the future. It is what it is. You know, see you later, end of the season. I say it's a terrible move. Terrible move that maybe the younger fans that haven't been through similar terrible moves in the past will, you know, will take notice of and hope that the club don't do similar again. He shouldn't be at the club, full stop. So I'm not gonna get on his back today, because he shouldn't even be in an Arsenal shirt. He shouldn't be training with us. He shouldn't be an Arsenal player, let alone, you know, coming in at a crucial point in the season with us all hoping that he's going to be one to save us. Why do we think that number one, and why should he think that number two when he's just collecting, you know, a pay from one London club and a pay from another London club each week, and he's chilling. He's won it all anyway. Well, in terms of domestically.
We started the game a little bit disjointed, a little bit nervous, I would say. Would you agree with that?
I don't know if it's nerves, man. We've had a problem creating chances all season. Like the first 10, 15 minutes, we've got most of the ball, but they get the first shot on target. I think it was Ndidi from outside the box. Ndidi, was it? I don't know. Someone shot outside. It wasn't nothing to worry about. But
yeah, it was Ndidi.
Yeah, but it was like another example of us dominating possession, but the opposition getting the first shot on target. And I don't put that to nerves. I just put that to the current state of the squad. We don't have the resources, and we haven't had the resources all season to change around our fortunes in terms of chance creation for the attack to actually start finishing their dinner more and more. The highlight has been the attack more so than the midfield. Now our attack is completely shredded by injuries. I'm looking at the midfield to step up. Like today, for example, a lot of people were looking at Sterling. I'm looking at Odegaard and Rice. And I'm saying, you man are the stars in midfield. You man are part of this, you know, turnaround over the last year, over the last 2 years. So as much as our attackers are out, what are you two going to do about it? And, you know, Rice did his thing as he always does. Odegaard poor throughout, but picked it up.
I thought he had relatively poor first half, but I thought in the second half he did pick up.
Pick up, yeah, but I mean, you still expect more. He played a part in the second goal, but for me, he just needs to pick up the attacking positions a bit more. Stop collecting the ball from defenders. We've got Partey for that, and Partey's very adequate at that role. He's been doing it for since Odegaard was a little teenager. Partey's been around the block, so I don't know why he does that as much as he does. And then that moment where Nanieri hits the bar, you see Odegaard in space in the 10 position. We win the ball back. He gets it. He creates the chance for Nanieri, who cuts in and hits the bar. And that's where I want to see more of Odegaard, in that position. So it is what it is. We beat Leicester. We should go and beat West Ham next week. Liverpool now play 2 times in a week. Are they going to be, what is it now? It's 4 points. Are they going to make it 10 by the time we play again? Or, is there going to be a hiccup or two along the way? That's all we can hope for now.
Yeah, all we can do is win our games and hope that Liverpool drop points. It's as simple as that, really. In terms of man of the match today, a couple of candidates. Who would you go for?
Merino. Yeah, he won it.
A lot of people saying that they thought Nanieri's overall performance warranted the man of the match. What do you say to that?
Yeah, of course. If you're talking 90 minutes, Merino played 10. So Nanieri was the man of the match overall. But at 0-0, a CM8 comes on at 9 for the first time in an Arsenal shirt, and he has 2 chances and he scores 2 goals. And when you look throughout the season at the amount of chances some of our attackers need to score goals, very refreshing. So I'll give it to him.
And you'd start him up top for the next game against West Ham, right? Let
me ask you a different question. Would you start Sterling on the left against West Ham? No.
I wouldn't start Sterling
so
full
then
stop.
Merino starts then. That's it. It's default. Yeah. But he deserves it as well off the back of winning the game for us today. So regardless of if he won it for us or not, I probably would have said, yeah, give him a go against West Ham because Sterling was so poor.
And a word for the manager today?
Done what he had to do. At one point I was 60 minutes in, 70 minutes in, I'm thinking Tierney on the left, maybe Zinchenko. I don't even remember if he was on the bench. But he does what he does. Calafiori comes on, Merino comes on, and Jorginho come on, and we win the game. Merino plays a big part in it. Calafiori plays his part in it. And Jorginho does what he does when he comes on, just, wants the ball and just tries to control things. So Arteta done what he could do today. It's a clean sheet and a win away from home. So, yeah, credit.
Yeah, well said. I think that's a nice way in which to leave it.